Hello everyone. In this video I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Shahbaz Gill to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Shahbaz Gill's words. First of all, countdown. 41 days to go. There are 41 days left for Field Marshal Asim Munir's second retirement and for the arrival of the new army chief in the country. Now, let's move on to Sida Lahore, and today we bring you a surprising and worrying piece of news. Ziad Tanoli, who writes for Daily Mail Urdu, reports from his sources that a high-level committee has been formed in the Punjab government to consider relocating the grave of Khadim Rizvi. Yes, the founder of TLP, whose grave is located on Multan Road. There is a mosque there, and either within its courtyard or adjacent to it, his grave lies. The committee is deliberating whether to move his grave to a remote area in Attock or Rajanpur. This news is quite astonishing because normally we have not heard of the state relocating someone's grave. It is true that people sometimes initially bury someone temporarily and later move the body to another place, but now the state itself wants to do this. Why? Because around November 19th, the annual Urs of Khadim Rizvi is approaching, and it is expected that large crowds will gather at the mosque and his grave on Multan Road in Lahore city every year. This could create a law and order situation. Given the current situation of the Punjab government, I will bring you the next news, where Maryam Safdar, also known as Nawaz, is missing. She appeared in Islamabad briefly one day, but otherwise she has not left the compound at Jati Umrah. This compound is tightly guarded, and even her employees report that she doesn't come out. But back to this very troubling news, obviously it has repercussions. Although TLP has not made any protest or raised its voice anywhere in Punjab, this is a huge injustice. We expected that at least the mosque members or religious scholars would speak up, hold press conferences, issue statements or fatwas about the people who were killed there. At least some silent funeral prayers, known as Gaibana Namaz-e-Janaza, would be held for the martyrs, but nothing has happened. Neither PTI nor journalists inside or outside Pakistan have spoken out. Complete silence prevails. If they are determined to do this, I can tell you now that no resistance will come from TLP. Despite the party's violent image, it was always controlled by the ISI. It was created and used repeatedly by ISI. We are not saying this now. We have even done investigative stories with proof showing that the protests were orchestrated by ISI. We have no doubt about it, nor are we trying to insult anyone. We are simply trying to tell you the reality on the ground. Just like Jamaat-e-Islami's workers are honest with their documents and beliefs, the ordinary TLP workers are also honest and committed. But honestly, the real problem lies with the leadership. Jamaat's leadership is completely compromised with the military generals, and the same goes for TLP. The party itself was a compromise from the start. Those who created it and controlled it knew exactly how much response to expect. If you look at Saad Rizvi and his brother, their arrests have not been shown yet. It was announced that they would be arrested by Friday, but the week has passed and no one knows where they are. They will not be released until their goals are fully achieved. Why? Because they have nothing to do outside. Even if Saad Rizvi was released today, he would behave well and do nothing because, as I told you, they begged repeatedly from containers pleading for mother's milk to be released. It was cheap acting by them, and they complied. These are just young boys with little education or training handed over to commit violence in government overthrow schemes. When we say who gave them this order, it's the generals. Now they have taken them back because they had to prove something to President Trump, that they hit hard anyone who challenges Israel. Another reason is that if Saad Rizvi is released now, some protests would have to happen, which they will not allow. So he is still missing. When someone disappears, it's face-saving, a tactic to hide from public view. Many disappear out of their own will, some are forced to disappear, but it saves their lives and delays further action. We will see what developments occur in coming days. It is surprising to us that generals create such situations and then do not even spare the graves. This is a lesson for all who play these games with them. Your end will be like this. They won't even leave a place for your grave in Lahore. Moving on to Doha, negotiations have taken place, but there is backlash on social media. Imran Khan used to face difficulties when trying to initiate talks, and now DG ISPR is seen in Peshawar encouraging talks. Military officers were sent to Doha to negotiate, with Khawaja Asif involved as well. Qatar seems to be pushing for this, likely motivated by financial incentives. 1 week ago, DGISPR stood in Peshawar and gave a speech using the Battle of Badr as an example, saying if everything could be solved by talks, why was the Battle of Badr fought? Ironically, today he is in Doha conducting talks. This is consistent with the ongoing pattern of distrust. What they do today, they may reverse tomorrow. There is no consistent policy or loyalty. They do whatever benefits them at the moment. Zia-ul-Haq was saying that the Taliban are mujahideen, and their war is our war, the war of Islam. When Musharraf came, he betrayed them by arresting them. Then someone else came and did something else. Now, think about it. Again, the Field Marshal says they are terrorists and enemies, and until they are killed, there can be no talks. Their DG ISPR says the same. In Doha, you yourself are making statements, releasing pictures, issuing statements. There is no compromise from their side. Today, when you say they have made a firm decision, there is no firm decision on anything. Whoever benefits from something will deny it within a minute. The reason the person understands this is because what does Kayani have to do with Pakistan's current affairs? Raheel Sharif took over. Yesterday, someone said you don't mention Raheel Sharif's name, but we mention it repeatedly. We are told that he took about 50 billion worth of land in Lahore and even changed its type. We have talked about this many times, but today is not the time to go into details. Now he's gone and no one even remembers him. Thanks to Raheel Sharif and Kayani, no one remembers them now. Even those who are sector commanders today have to establish their presence for a few days and then they leave. Whoever got land or whatever they wanted, they transferred and left. The next person comes, maybe gets promoted and rises somewhere, and no one remembers them either. Let me give you an example. The government officials in our party were once sector commanders. Today they are MNAs. You'll remember they were sector commanders, right? What good or bad did they do back then? Like, no one remembers because the job's continuity was completed. Then they moved on. Politicians don't have to give a long account. No one is held accountable for long. Because there is no accountability in the long run, what was said yesterday and today changes like the stock market. But even the stock market has rules. Here there are no rules, only rules of self-interest. Now let's look at the next news, which is very unfortunate. I will say that Sohail Warech has once again tried to justify murder. I know I am using harsh words. Sohail Warech will be very angry, but I can't say anything less than this. Sohail Warech has said that the current setup has finalized Mariam Nawaz's name for the next Prime Minister or not is still undecided. Bilawal is also a candidate for this position, and several people within the government also desire it. Anyway, it remains to be seen which way the setup will lean for the future because no decision has been made yet between these two. Mariam Nawaz has already taken the Prime Minister's seat. Her party at home has confirmed it. Javed Latif said yes, she is the Prime Minister, and Shahbaz Sharif has been sidelined. The other important matter to consider is the life and political future of Imran Khan. Now think about it. He could have said the political future, but instead he said the life. Listen, this decision will have to be made sooner or later, whether to keep Imran Khan in jail forever and deny him his livelihood, or find a solution to this issue. Keeping Imran Khan in jail means denial of livelihood. So Imran Khan is denial of livelihood, and as long as he is alive, denial of livelihood continues. Sohail Warech is telling the effective military that this is the right time. After killing the TLP people, there are no protests. If you kill Imran Khan, the country's most popular leader, the biggest leader, a former elected prime minister who still has 2/3 majority in one province and whose chief minister is still in place, Sohail Warech says his life must be ended to continue denial of livelihood. He is giving a clear hint. This is not the first time. On August 17th, 2025, he wrote a similar column advising the establishment, including Major General Asim Mariar and his colleagues, to kill Imran Khan. He was afraid of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto's fate and said Imran Khan might meet the same end. These ideas are being repeated. God forbid if anyone gets harmed, like what happened to Bhutto. Even now, many journalists sit on TV as respectable analysts, even though their hands are stained with blood, and they are complicit in all these matters. Sohail Warech will not stoop so low to apologize. This we never imagined. The last news, Sohail Afridi has made a general decision for the people of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and their future. He has called a big jirga on October 25th, which will be held in Khyber. It will be a cross-party jirga, not a PTI jirga, but a jirga of the entire Pashtun nation. It will include youth, elders, all chiefs and elders. It will be a large gathering of elders to decide what to do next. The elders of the local Pashtun population of KP will sit together to discuss how to move forward with operations in KP and how to establish peace without operations. There will be extensive discussions. This is a wise step because no big work can be done without public support, and the public's pulse must be understood about what they want to do. So, in my opinion, Sohail Afridi is moving in the right direction, and this work should be done. Whatever the outcome or decision of the Jirga, it will strengthen their position. It will be very difficult to blackmail them or block their path. For the generals, when the Jirga decision is made, the whole nation will stand together with resolve on whether to allow the operation or not and what should be done. That wraps up our translation of Shahbaz Gill's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share, and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.